Live again. Had a little bit of a loss of internet integrity, I guess. But we are back now. So back to it. And again, if you guys are watching this live stream, but it's not live anymore, and you're getting bombarded with ads, I will usually go back, and I think it takes a couple of days to process. I'll go back in and remove a ton of those ads so that the viewing experience isn't skip. I don't know why it works out like that. It's kind of a weird thing where when the instant that the video goes live, it gets a whole bunch of ads. So anyway, just remember that when you're watching this after the fact, if it's got a bunch of ads, give it a day or two, and I usually come back and clean that up for you guys. Chuck's in saying hello. Summer's saying take two. Yeah. And that'll happen every once in a while. I'll lose a feed or something like that, and it just goes weird. It'll glitch, and once I see it start to glitch, I've got to jump off and restart everything. So, or at least restart the live show. So, anyway, where were we? Talking about Banshee, talking about all kinds of stuff. So, Callus is saying, yeah, nobody's jumping up and down about the Hornet. And guys, how can I put this? This is a situation that, how do I put it? This is a situation where Dodge could have actually gotten this right if they didn't try to cross-pollinate. I can't ever remember what car the Hornet is based off of because all of them start to sound alike and all of them kind of look alike. So if it's a Maserati whatever or Alfa Romeo whatever, I won't know the difference, guys, to be honest with you. You can pull them right next to each other, pull them right up in front of the shop. I wouldn't know one from the next, unfortunately. And it's because, I don't know, I don't worry about crossovers. That's probably the reason why I don't think too much about the Hornet and why I haven't been all worked up about it, is that this isn't the car that we really want. We want a sports car. We want a Dodge-like car. And keep in mind, guys, if you want to build something small and have it be a, how do you say, like your small economy car that helps to raise your EPA numbers and, you know, gets the word out there and that people can buy it, and, you know, it's a good city car and all of that. If you want to buy something or build something like that, do that and call it that. Have your mission statement clear and very to the point. This is exactly what we're doing. This is exactly what's going on with this car. This is why we are making it. Yes, we're going to try to do something cool for you, but we have to have cars like this in the arsenal, because if we don't, we can't make the hot rods. And that is truly the case. Look, you've got to have volume sellers. You've got to have vehicles that keep the workers working. The girl that's putting together the dashboard, or the dude that's putting the wheels on the car, whatever, however it works. I don't know how a car plant works, but you get the idea. You've got to keep folks working. You got to keep the jobs pumping. And the only way to do that is with true actual volume. So you got to remember too, guys, that the hot rods, they don't sell in the numbers that you need to keep them as a viable brand moving forward. Although Challengers and Chargers and all their iterations seem to be doing pretty well in terms of turning actual numbers. So there is that. But again, those numbers can easily pale in comparison to what the volume vehicles can bring in, especially when you got to remember, guys, a lot of these folks, they're not car people. You know, that in fact, they're really not into cars. I mean, they want something sporty and zippy and whatever, but they're not car people. They're not going to be doing anything with these cars other than maybe changing the oil or that's it. You know, these things are going to have baby barf all over the back of them. You know, they're going to have dog hair and dog barf all over them, and, you know, your friends barf and everybody. Just basically, these are things to throw up in. That's kind of how I see a crossover. It's just a vomit comet. That's all the thing is. Like, if I were to put any type of, like, how would I categorize this in my head so that I can go back and, you know, pull the drawer open and see what it is? That's what that car is to me. And so I can't get overly excited about something because it hasn't, again, the mission statement hasn't been clear. And because of that, I just, it's the brand just seems totally listless. And that's, I guess, the thing that bugs me the most is it's just a brand that somebody, it's like a sailboat with no keel, man. The thing's just kind of, blown around, and it's just trying to, wherever the winds blow me, that's kind of where it's going. All right, let me check in with you guys real quick. It's saying, you're back. Yes. Eric's saying, right on, your back. Yes, we made it back. Chuck's saying, hockey mom wagons vomit comment. It's what, I mean, it is. It's a vomit comment. It's, you're rushing the kids from one place to the next. You got to get to work, and, you got, whatever kind of, crotch fruit that you got thrown up in the back. You got fries and what, chips and Funyuns, and it just smells like, ass and spoiled milk. I mean, that's what they always, and that's what the rental car smell. I mean, have you ever been in a rental car? If you ever never been like to where a thing where you land and you got to get a rental car and you're going to be in an area for a while and it's your rental car is your only means of conveyance. The thing is, they always either smell like beer farts, weed, or barf, man. That is the rent car trifecta. And that is just what you're getting into, right? I mean, there's no way around it. And most of these guys don't even care. So that's what I'm saying. That's what these things are going to be. They're going to be rental fleet. That's what you're going to be expecting. So just get ready. All of these Hornets, it's like, I don't care how they market them. That's what they're going to end up being. I mean, that is their fate. I know how this ends, and it doesn't end in a flattering way for that car at all. It just asked, do I think there'll be a low boost option availability in future from Direct Connection for $392? Man, I doubt it, seriously. I doubt it because it is going to be way too easy for somebody to try to pulley that low boost combination up, frag it, put the different pulley on there, and then take it in for warranty work. So, I mean, not that you couldn't do it with the other ones. Red Dog Barf Wagon for sure. Catalyst vomit and French fries under the seats for sure. Eric's saying, Chuck, you're right. Bingo mom wagons, ridiculous. Yeah. Don't you want the hot blonde with huge tits or the ugly chip dropping off some timber in the crapper? Damn, I'm telling you. Ass and spoiled milk ruffles. Get yours today at your local supermarket. I'm telling you. That's what... I mean, you just don't see that coming with the Charger or with a Challenger or with something like that. It's just not a cool car at all. And by the way, Sinister brings up kind of a good point. Say the Hornet is the updated, version of the Journey. Let me remind you this. Here's the problem with the Journey. The Journey sold less units than the Charger. Rather, I'm sorry, it sold less units than the Challenger, much less even talking about the Charger, right? So the problem that I see here is that, and this is a big problem if you are a manufacturer of hot cars, you cannot, I mean, there are hard lines in the sand that you cannot cross. And one of the rules here is that your hot rod cannot outsell your economy car. Ever. Never can it be a higher unit count than your economy car. And that's exactly what happened with the Journey. And it happens to be a situation where without that awesome economy car, you can't keep the machine turning, so to speak. And it's got to be a cool, neat city car type of an economy car, and those are getting harder and harder to come by. It just kind of stinks that too many times some of these cars have a bad stigma, but something cool like the Neon, something cool like, I mean, I even like the Fiat 500 was a neat little car, but something not the Club Wagon or whatever, just one of those things where it was just a nicer Small, cool economy car, gets you to work and back, easy to park, quick, agile little contraption that you don't have to worry too much about, and basic maintenance, and it gets you where you need to be, cost effective. You just don't really see that so much anymore, especially from Dodge. Now, let me tell you a vehicle that is doing really well, especially down here, is the Maverick. Man, I am seeing Mavericks all over the place. Mavericks and Colorados, man. And you don't see vehicles like that from Dodge. And again, we're talking about not really apples and oranges. I mean, it's a sport utility vehicle. Well, a Maverick is kind of still a utility vehicle. It's a small truck. So is the Colorado. Dodge has no option and no answer for those cars. And before you say anything about that freaking Jeep truck thing, let me remind you that the Jeep truck is so freaking expensive for what you're getting. Let me put this into perspective. Let's say you just need a little runabout, something you can go into town, something you can get on the highway, buzz back and forth into work. You need something with a bed, and for the Lowe's Home Depot trips, you need to ferry crap back and forth, whatever the case is. These small trucks can fit the bill very well, and they don't break the bank. They don't really cost a whole lot of money, especially if you're using it as a work conveyance. So when you take that into consideration, how the hell can you go from a $26,000 Maverick and then have a conversation about a $60,000 Jeep truck that has this anemic V6? Actually, the 3.8 that's in my wife's Jeep is a better Jeep engine than that 3.6 is. The point that I'm getting at is Dodge has no answer for the volume vehicles. In fact, Dodge looks a lot more like a boutique dealer than anything else. I mean, think about it. You go into any Dodge dealership, and yeah, they've got the trucks, but have you seen what the trucks are going for these days? I mean, whoa. But if you look at the Challenger, you look at the Charger, these are not ill-equipped cars. And the stuff that you see on the lot's actually pretty nice. And even those cars are getting obnoxiously expensive. Have you priced a V6 anything lately? It's not a good look. And so I guess the point that I'm getting to here is until Dodge can answer the question of the Maverick, of the Colorado, until Dodge can answer those types of questions and have a vehicle that is easy to live with, and maybe the Hornet is, but I'm just not buying it yet. I'm not sold on it, and a lot of folks aren't either. So anyway, let me get back to you guys. Oh, Chuck said the Challenger outsold the Camaro. Yeah, it did. Himmy Dad's saying we liked our Neon back in the day. I mean, Neons were cool. SRT4 is actually a super cool car. And it's a shame that it never, in my opinion, it never really got the love that it deserved. I really like those cars a lot. Chuck saying the Rubicon 392 is 90 grand. Yes, sir, it is. I just saw one the other day. So I'm saying, or it's just saying, and ugly Jeep truck. My wife hates them. So I'm saying the SRT4 was interesting. Yes, it was. Oh, Eric's saying, with Dodge pushing these electric cars and this rebadge Alfa Romeo called the Hornet and this new straight 6-cylinder engine, they better figure out a way to bring V8 engines back again. Yeah, we'll see. Don't know. Someone's asking if the SRT4 engine was a Mitsubishi engine. I don't believe it was. I think that was Dodge derived. It might have been Mitsubishi. I'm not sure. I don't think it was. Cal's asking, I see a buttload of Fox bodies at my local drag strip. Always, do you ever envision turning your Fox body into a drag car? So the funny thing is that car used to be like my drag strip appliance. In fact, that car, man, at one point was going to the drag strip every weekend, every bit as often as Little Miss Revlon was going to the track. So, but it spent a lot of its time street racing. And I mean a lot of its time street racing. But yeah, fun car, no doubt. Chuck said Trackhawk is a sick SUV for sure. But that's the thing. It's an awesome, true SUV. It's to say no, it's a Dodge 2.4, not a midsize. That's what I thought. I didn't think they shared that platform. Oh, God, I think this thing's flaking out again. God dang it. Well, with that, guys, if y'all can still hear me, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It looks like we've got some internet connection problems, but we will try to catch y'all again on Tuesday. Hopefully this works. If y'all can hear me, love each and every one of y'all. Could not do this without you. And with that, I got to call this a wrap because it looks like my internet thing's freaking out. Y'all have a great one. Hopefully this thing comes back next week. Adios.